The year was 44 before the birth of Christ. Rome stood at the height of its power and ambition. Julius Caesar was no longer just a general. He had become the man shaping Rome's destiny. That morning, he walked toward the Senate, as he always did. Neither he nor those around him knew that Rome would never be the same again. Today, we will explore that moment through a single image and uncover what history left unspoken. The Roman Senate was unusually crowded that morning. This was not an ordinary meeting. The future of Rome depended on what would be decided inside this room. Julius Caesar was no longer just a general. He commanded loyalty from the army and devotion from the people. Some senators saw him as Rome's savior. Others believed he was a direct threat to the Republic. This hall had witnessed conspiracies before, but today was different. For the first time, Rome's most powerful man would enter without protection. No guards stood beside him. No shield surrounded him. Only men in togas, and among them, a decision that could not be undone. When Julius Caesar entered the Senate chamber, conversations stopped. Not out of respect, but out of habit. Everyone present knew he was now the most powerful man in Rome. Caesar was confident. The titles, honors, and public support he had gained made him feel untouchable. He had dismissed every warning. To him, this meeting was no different from the others. But the eyes in the room told another story. Some avoided his gaze. Others watched him closely. There was no loyalty in those looks, only calculation. As Caesar walked forward, he unknowingly passed both allies and enemies. Every man he approached carried a hidden intention, and there was no longer a way to tell them apart. Rome still stood in that moment, but with each step Caesar took, its future narrowed. Just before the meeting began, there was a brief pause in the room. It seemed ordinary. No one paid attention. But this was the moment everything started. Caesar had not yet taken his seat. He was preparing to speak, as he had done countless times before in this very chamber. Then, one of the senators behind him leaned forward slightly. The movement looked natural. No suspicion was raised. Yet this simple gesture was the first link in the chain, the beginning of something that could not be reversed. Caesar hesitated for a brief moment. Perhaps he sensed something. Perhaps it was instinct alone. That hesitation marked the first second of the 6 that would change history. By the 3rd second, everything became clear. This was no misunderstanding. It was a coordinated attack. Caesar tried to turn away, but the Senate was no longer a place of debate. It had become a trap. When the first strike landed, there was no sound, no warning. Those who attacked did not want explanations. They wanted finality. In that moment, Caesar understood the truth. This was not just an attack on him. It was an attack on the power he represented. There was no escape now. No one left to intervene. The remaining seconds sealed Rome's fate. When the 6 seconds ended, silence filled the chamber. There was no triumph and no relief. Caesar lay on the floor. Yet no one stepped forward, because they now understood what they had done. This attack did not save Rome. The Republic did not return. A path with no return had been opened. The senators believed they had stopped a tyrant. In reality, they had shattered Rome's balance. Power would soon fall into harsher hands. Those 6 seconds did not destroy an empire, but they cracked everything holding it together. And Rome was never the same again. What we see in this image is not just a moment of death. It marks the end of one era and the beginning of another. Rome lost Caesar that day, but what truly vanished was bans. In the next story, we will uncover another turning point in history.